YouTube was in with y'all boys. It's your boy Zell, man. We spin it again and again and again. Whoever get tired, man. He finally braced the silence. Teofimo Lopez got knocked out in the gym by Keyshawn Davis. Bad business. Let's get it.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, when Teofimo Lopez, when he came out, said to ESPN and Top Rank, they can keep the black fighters. What he really
Teo, explain what you meant by that. They can keep the black. Teo, what the fuck did you mean? They can keep the black fighters. We gonna keep the black fighters. We've been keeping the black fighters for probably over 100-something years. The Muhammad Ali's, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Joe Louis, Sugar Ray, Robinson, and Leonard. Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. Come on, man, this dude tripping.
really meant was keep the black fighters away from me. The black American fighters, that is. I just did a video where I played an audio clip of Teofimo Lopez saying that he does not want to fight a Tank Davis, a Shakur Stevenson, or a Devin Haney because he feels if he fights them, he has to fight against everyone. He has to fight against the judges, the cornerman, the referee, and even the commentators. This is exactly what he said. So what does Keyshawn do right after he...
I remember Teofimo saying that, bro. My bad if I keep pausing. I'm gonna give a little input. I remember Teofimo making that point. I'm gonna have to fight the judges. I'm gonna have to fight the commentators. I'm gonna have to fight them and that. Guess who did that? Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather did that shit. He fought everybody, Oscar and Oscar whole promotion. And he ain't complain about it because he really liked that. But you talking about keep the black fighters. But the black fighters willing to go further than you are. Shit crazy to me.
he beats Pedraza, he calls out Teofimo Lopez. Do you know how desperate, how terrified you have to be to come out and tell a fighter, hey man, can you do me a favor and not call me out? Do you know how exposed you leave yourself? I mean, as confident as Keyshawn Davis already was after he sparred against Teofimo, you just gave him even more confidence. So now we know. Teofimo, he doesn't want to fight Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis, Keyshawn Davis now, and we know he doesn't want to fight against Terrence Crawford. We know he's not going to send Terrence Crawford an offer. He just did a recent interview. And the interviewer, he reminds Teofimo, now that you're the WBO champion, you can move up to 147 and become Terrence Crawford's mandatory. Have you thought about activating that status? And instead of Teo saying that's exactly what I'm going to do, he responds by saying, yeah, I should do that, huh? He said, I never done that before. And then out of nowhere, he sporadically starts to deflect by calling Terrence Crawford an ugly N-word. And then from that point on in the interview, he doesn't say anything about fighting Terrence Crawford. It's just all personal insults from that point on in the interview. Ever since Teofimo got his controversial win over Jermaine Ortiz, he hasn't contacted Bob Arum to discuss a fight with Terrence Crawford. He hasn't tried to contact the WBO to try to enforce some type of mandatory status to fight Terrence Crawford or anything.
Explain this, bro. How this man was speaking on Bud name, talking about he wanted to fight him, talking about Bud not like that. He a weed, Bud bleed blood. If you were so confident, why you next fighting Honduras and you don't want to fight all these black guys, but you wanted Bud? You want Bud here. You ain't send no contract. Dude not built for it, bro.
Teofimo only mentioned Terrence Crawford's name to get people to stop asking him about fighting Devin Haney. Matter of fact, Teofimo, he exchanged some words on the internet with Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. And Teofimo, he said, I'm trying to fight y'all daddy, Terrence Crawford. This man, Teofimo, is a complete racist that loves to speak on code. He was basically saying all you black folks look up to Terrence Crawford simply because you guys are all black. But it doesn't make sense because Devin Haney actually praises Canelo Alvarez more than he praises Terrence Crawford. Devin Haney, he had said before he beat Regis, he said the best fighter in the world pound for pound was Canelo over Terrence Crawford. And then after Devin Haney beat Regis Prograis, they asked him that question again. Who's the best fighter in the world pound for pound? This time, Devin Haney, he said, I'm number one. He said Canelo is number two, and then it's Terrence Crawford. Tank Davis asked Canelo Alvarez to walk him to the ring, even though Canelo Alvarez turned it down. My point is, Teofimo, he didn't say that because he felt that Gervonta, Devin Haney, and Shakur look up to Terrence Crawford. He said that because they're all black. These are the same type of comments you see race fans in the comment section say. Yeah, your daddy Mayweather, your daddy Andre Ward, your daddy Terrence Crawford. That's their slick way of calling you an N-word lover. They don't care how good those fighters are, how dominant they are. They're telling you they will never be fans of those black fighters, even if they know without a doubt that black fighter is the best fighter in the world. So with everything we hear Teofimo Lopez saying, it most likely explains why his dad, Teofimo Sr., got knocked out cold by Keyshawn Davis at a boxing gym, according to Shakur Stevenson. Shakur said Broski the same
ninja that watched Keyshawn knock his father out right in front of him. But get in front of the camera, talk like he the toughest ninja in the world. Bro, you not like that. I know you in real life. This is Shakur Stevenson exact words. He watched his daddy get knocked out right in front of him. But in front of the camera, he the big dog, but he ain't do nothing when his daddy got slept. This is bad business. If you're going to stand on it on Twitter and in front of camera, you got to stand on it off Twitter and without a camera. Real tough.
They watch Keyshawn knock his father out right in front of him, but get in front of the cameras, talk like he the toughest in the world. Bro, you...
Have you been suffering from the after effects of a car crash? The good news is you're still in time.
I know you in real life.
Keyshawn, let me ask you a question, and of course, you don't have to answer, don't want to put you on the spot, but Shakur tweeted about an incident that maybe happened with you and Teo's dad. Any comment on that?
I'm not going to feed into much of that. I never brought it to the media, so I'm not going to bring it up now. All I can say is what he said is true, but that's all I'm going to say.
Nah, respect. Okay, so switching this back.
Now, there's people there that were actually at the gym when this happened, saying what started this whole situation was Senior calling them the N-word. You know, this situation is so reminiscent of when Danny Garcia's father, Angel Garcia, whenever they fought someone that was black, he would call them the N-word right at the press conference on the microphone. And when he said it, it was intended to be racially offensive. That's why he only said it when they were fighting against Zab Judah or they were fighting against Keith Thurman. Oh, yeah, and then it was that one time that he called Sean Porter a monkey. Let me just make this point very clear. For anybody...
Bro, these little dudes out their body, bro. With this racist bullshit. All I got to say is, Danny Garcia paid for his daddy's sins, for sure. What I also have to say is, Teofimo's dad, word got out that he was being racial, real racist around Keyshawn and Shakur, and their team ran up on him with smoke. I mean, if you talk it, you got to do it, bro. Real talk. If you're gonna be racist openly, you got to be ready for the repercussions. You got to stand on it. If you're gonna be racist, you got to stand on it, bro. It is what it is.
You're trying to defend what Angel Garcia or Teofimo says? If you are not black, you will never be in position to tell black people what should not be offensive to them. And you certainly shouldn't have an opinion on the matter when you have never in your life told one of your black friends that you've seen something on the news or you heard someone say something that was extremely racially offensive to black people. If you've never in your life acknowledged that something was racially offensive towards black people, how do you think you make yourself look when you only want to tell black people what's not offensive and what shouldn't be offensive to them? You ain't never in your life pointed out racism when it was towards a black person, but now all of a sudden you're an expert on telling black people what's not racist, what's not offensive. Now you can tell people what's not offensive to your race. You have that right, and that makes way more sense. You know, there was a Puerto Rican former world champion by the name of Hector Camacho. He passed away back in 2012 at the age of 50. Well, Hector Camacho, he would avoid all of the dangerous black American fighters, just like Teofimo Lopez is doing today. Great fighters like Pernell Whitaker and many others that called him out for years. And instead of Hector Camacho fighting them, he would fight fighters like Vinny Pazienza, Greg Hagen, Freddie Roach. And outside of him beating Ramirez, those were the biggest wins of his career. And just for the record, Teofimo Lopez is not Puerto Rican, he's Honduran. I say that because I've seen somebody in my comment section say something real stupid like Teo should be able to say whatever he wants about black people because he's Puerto Rican. Well, just like Teofimo Sr. and Jr., they like to use the N-word when they're talking to their enemies, which happens to all be black fighters. Hector Camacho, he would do the same thing. When he started getting pressure on him for fighting the black fighters or for avoiding the black fighters, he would refer to all of these black fighters he's avoiding by calling them the N-word. For those of you who've been following my channel since day one, you guys might remember I did this one video where I played the clip, a post-fight interview Hector Camacho did, where he's calling out fighters that he claims he wants to fight. First, he mentions the non-black fighters like Ray Mancini. But it's not until he starts to mention black names like Pernell Whitaker, that's when he starts to refer to them as N-words. Now, just off of that alone, if you don't know too much other about Hector Camacho, outside of the fact that he's Puerto Rican, you would think, yeah, maybe he's not a racist. But then he does an interview talking about making a comeback at age 48. And he's asked a question about the Floyd Mayweather-Manny Pacquiao situation, because this was around the time that Manny Pacquiao had turned down the original offer when he refused to do random drug testing. So the interviewer is asking Hector Camacho, what would you have done in Manny Pacquiao's situation? Would you have just took the drug test? Now listen to how Hector Camacho answers the question.
Manny Pacquiao, some fight fans are saying he's acting like a guilty person but not taking this testing. If you were in the same position, Hector, if you were in that same position, would you take this testing in a heartbeat?
And you know what? Fuck Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, let me tell you something. Mayweather and Pacquiao is the toughest shit. He's the fucking man. He could do the fuck he wants. He don't gotta take no that test for nobody.
Bro, y'all hit this man with the speech impediment. Talking about Pacquiao, the man, you don't gotta take drug tests. This is what we call blatant. What's the word I'm looking for? Biasness. He is a biased man. And when we listen to biased people, we can't take their opinion as facts. Because a lot of times it's subjective opinion with bias. So we can't really take what he's saying as fact.
Especially for fucking monkey like Mayweather. That's right.
He just called Mayweather a monkey, bro.
And let me tell you, I'm still out here, and I always fought everybody, and I'll be the best 47-pounder. I'll be the best 48-year-old fighter ever. And I'm one of those great ones, all right? So I'm the fucking man. And Mayweather's a monkey. Mayweather's a monkey, you know?
You hear listen to what he says about Manny Pacquiao.
He's over there talking all this nonsense. Get your ass in shape and fight that Korean guy. Fight Pacquiao. I like Pacquiao. He's all right. He's a good man.
He doesn't even know what Manny Pacquiao's nationality is, but he's saying he's all right. He's a good.
It's called a Philippine man, a Korean man. Is that not racist? Just because he's Asian? Is that not? Y'all don't take that as disrespect? That's crazy. That is ridiculous. That is hypocrisy blatantly. And I won't stand that it's biased commentary from a racist, the mouth of a racist. But he a good man because he's not a black monkey, right? According to him, he not a monkey, so he a good man, right? Only the black man is the monkey, according to this man. So
good man. I like Manny Pacquiao. The fighter who refused to do random-style Olympic drug testing to make the biggest fight in the sport at the time. Now, you notice the people that Camacho did that interview with, they all start laughing when he called Floyd Mayweather a monkey.
Real talk.
But then they really start showing their true colors when they start trying to defend Camacho for what he just said. And it's so crazy because as they're trying to defend Camacho and say, oh, by the way, he's a good guy, Camacho's not a racist, you know what Camacho does? He doubles down and he says it again about Mayweather, as if he wanted to make sure that it was intended to be racially offensive.
Well, don't take the shit. You know what I'm saying? Hector is one hell of a guy. Right now, he just called Floyd a monkey. That's what he's not saying nothing racist.
He's a monkey. He's a monkey. You know what I'm saying?
they try to defend his ass by saying he's not saying nothing racist. And he double back. He's a monkey. He's a monkey. These are the type of guys that will cop pleas in real life. You wouldn't say that to your face, believe me.
Let me just start by saying this. Anybody that will condone and defend what Camacho just said by cheering it on and saying, yeah, you right. And yeah, even though he calling Floyd Mayweather a monkey, he's not trying to be racist. Those people are even more racist than Camacho. Those people that were just interviewing Camacho are the same fans that you guys see on the internet and the people that you know in person, all these non-black fans that will defend a racist. The only difference from them and Camacho is they're staying on code. Camacho is not staying on code. But if you notice, they all have the exact same talking points. If you don't believe me, talk to one of your non-black friends about boxing right now and see how they all have the same points about Devin Haney and Floyd Mayweather and Terrence Crawford and Al Heyman and all of these fighters. They all have the exact same talking points. The only difference is Camacho will come out and go further and put an extra racial slur on top of the talking points. The other ones, they know how to stay on code better, but they're all the exact same. I would never associate with someone who defends what Camacho just said or Teofimo Lopez. Speaking of Teofimo Lopez, Teo is the modern day Hector Camacho in my next video, but I gotta wrap this one up. I'm running out of time. That's all I got for now, guys.
He said Teo the modern day. I don't know what that guy's name was. He was a racist. Teo's the modern day. If he called him a racist. So with that being said, man, YouTube, I'm sharing the light on this shit. Boxing is corrupted. They got these dumbass dudes talking who don't know what the fuck they talking about. But I'm gonna keep it real in the sport. Call it a spade. Not gonna sugarcoat it. Keep it 100 with y'all boys. Man, like, comment, subscribe, and share this to somebody who need to hear it, bro. If y'all like this type of content, let me know in the comments, bro, because I definitely can consistently drop this type of content. See you on the next one, bro.